So good afternoon and welcome to everybody to this afternoon session of day one of weekend 2, the West District Long Course Championships. Welcome to those of you who have just joined us on live stream and to those of you joining us in the spectator gallery. Welcome to swimmers, coaches, team managers and all our volunteers behind the scenes, including our technical officials. Thank you very much for giving up your time to assist us with running this meet this weekend. The program this afternoon will start with the girls' 400-meter freestyle, then it will be the boys. After that, we have 200-meter butterfly, girls and boys, 100-meter breaststroke for both, and the 50-meter backstroke. And then we'll finish the afternoon with the 200 IM for both boys and girls. We're due to finish this afternoon somewhere around 4 o'clock. Okay, so hopefully all the gremlins that we incurred this morning have well and truly disappeared. I will introduce you to our senior officials. Our referees this afternoon are Elizabeth Fitzsimmons and Ross Stewart. Our starters are Eric Shields, Lynn Gibson and Stuart Shaw. So your commentators this afternoon are myself, Jackie Smith, and I'm joined here by Robert Taylor. Swimmers, you're asked to attend the marshalling area at least 10 minutes before the start of your heat. This will help us to ensure the smooth running of the afternoon's program. Please, I don't think there's any reserves in the afternoon program, but if you are a reserve, please ensure you also attend to the marshalling area prior to the beginning of the event, so that the marshals can assist you in giving you the opportunity to swim if one becomes available. So we will just get started in a few moments. As I said, the program will start with event 201, the girls' 400-meter freestyle. And we have 5 heats of this event. Swimmers are reminded to listen to results or look at the results posted on the around the venue and collect their medals from the medals table before they leave the venue today. So event 201, the girls 15 and over 400-meter freestyle. This is heat 1 of 5. We have an empty lane 3. Lane 4 is Katie Watson, City of Glasgow. Lane 5, Millie MacDonald, Cumbernauld. And lane 6, Emma Imrie, South Ayrshire. And it's the yellow cap of Millie MacDonald that we can see, who's going into the first turn ahead of Katie and Emma. So Millie's the youngest entrant for this heat at 15. The other 2 girls are 16. Entry times here range from 5:17 to 6:07. And the girls will swim 8 lengths of this pool this afternoon. As Millie MacDonald comes down to the turn. Still ahead of the field at the 100-meter mark, turning there at 1:14.47. She has just over a 3.5 second lead from Katie, but there is a long way to go. And it's still Millie McDonald from Cumbernauld. 1:54.39 there at the turn. Katie's caught just a little bit. 1:57.66. The time for Emma will come up onto the screen now. 2:14.32. So Miller's looking quite strong there, quite relaxed as she turns at the halfway mark. 2:35.98. Katie 2:38.65. So there's now less than 3 seconds between the two girls. As that's Emma turned and goes into the second half of her race. 3:03.07 for her at the halfway mark. Definitely looks there like Katie is beginning to catch Millie. It's now less than 2 seconds between the two girls. So Millie will need to keep an eye on what Katie's doing there if she's going to keep her lead in her race this afternoon. She's breathing to that side. She'll be able to see Katie. Katie is coming up alongside Millie now. What's Millie got to hold her off? At the 300-metre mark with 2 lengths to go. It is still Millie McDonald, 3:59.07. Katie Watson, 4:08. I don't think that time's correct, actually, to be honest. That's now showing on the board. So we'll just look at what's happening in the pool as the two girls are swimming almost alongside each other. As they come down to the turn at the 350 mark. And it is now Katie Watson who has taken the lead from Millie McDonald. Can Millie respond? Appears to me that Katie is beginning to stretch away from Millie. Millie's unable to respond, having put the effort into the beginning of her race and leading the field for most of it. As Katie comes down to the closing meters of her race, 400 metre this afternoon. Her entry time was 5:17.30 and she finishes in a time of 5:17.67. In behind her, Millie McDonald, 5:21.28. As Emma turns for the last time and heads for home. A little bit of a cheer, I'm sure, will help her along from her teammates. A bit of an encouragement. She's out there on her own now. You can hear the teammates beginning to shout, encouraging Emma to finish. As she comes down to 25 metres to go. On into the closing stages now for Emma. And finishing there in 6:11.40. Well done, girls. As we move on to Heat 2. And this is heat 2 of event 201, lane 0. Samantha Gardner, Ren 96. 1, Mirren McConnell, Inverclyde. 2, Hannah Lockington, Milngine Bears Den. 3, Megan McDonald, Stirling Swimming. 4, Erin Ferris, Cumbernauld. 5, Kaylin Chan, North Ayrshire. 6, Rebecca Strachan, City of Glasgow. 7, Emily Easton, Lark Hall. 8, Hannah Miller, Kintyre. And 9, Erin Falconer, Bells Hill. So the ages here range 15 through to 18 for the girls. The entry times 5:06 through to 5:15. And it's Emily Easton, the Lark Hall swimmer, taking the early lead there at the turn, 46:42 for Emily. But as the girls come up to the first 100, the lead has changed. And looks to me like it might be Megan McDonald in lane 3. Hannah Lockington up alongside her in second, with Emily in third. So the placings are not showing correctly on the scoreboard there. Neither, in fact, are the times at the moment. 7:57.17 being shown for Megan McDonald, which I'm sure we'll all agree is not correct. So we'll just wait for those gremlins to be ironed out on from the scoreboards. As Emily Easton appears to have got herself back ahead of the field there. Well, she's going to turn first, but it's very tight there. Lane 4, Erin Ferris, I think, turned alongside her and may have gained some advantage from following that turn, with Megan McDonald alongside her. These are the two leaders. They're pretty much matching each other at the moment. As they come up to the turn, we'll see who's got the advantage. There's 3 girls, in fact. Erin Ferris, Megan McDonald, Hannah Lockington, pretty much in a line there as we come up to the halfway mark. It is Megan McDonald who turned first, but Erin Ferris had a good turn and has now got the advantage ahead of Megan. Emily Easton continuing to swim well. At the moment it does appear to be, and I think Robert referred to earlier, go downhill and the pace is 1, and then you come uphill and the pace changes. So doesn't really happen in a swimming pool, as we all know. But it's Emily Easton, Megan McDonald, Erin Ferris in second, Megan in third at the turn there. We can see the distinctive yellow cap of Cumbernauld, and Erin Ferris now beginning to get herself a reasonable lead ahead of the pack. There are several girls lying in second place at the moment. Hannah Lockington, Megan McDonald, Kaylin Chan up along outside Emily Easton, these 5 girls, but it's Erin Ferris who turns with 2 lengths to go, 3:50.81 according to the scoreboard in front of me, with 4 girls battling it out for the second and third place. Hannah Lockington, Milngine Bears Den, Megan McDonald, Stirling Swim, Emily Easton, Lark Hall, and Kaylin Chan, North Ayrshire. I think if Erin can keep this going, the race is hers this afternoon, but it is who's going to be in those second and third places. As Erin turns first, 4:28.84. She's got just about a 3-second lead at the moment. She'll know that was her last turn and she's heading for home. And as we can see in the pool, she's beginning to extend her lead. The girls behind her have now begun to sort themselves out a little bit, and it is Kaylin Chan who is in second, with the battle now going on for third place. Hannah Lockington, Megan McDonald and Emily Easton. as Erin Ferris comes in to finish her race in a time of 5:05.18. Kaylin Chan in behind her, 5:08.78. And it was Emily Easton Larkhall, 5:11.10, finishing in third place. I'll wait for that result to be confirmed, but that looks like your finishing order for Heat 2. And there we are, that's the results confirmed for Heat 2. Heat 3, Lane 0, Emily Dickens, City of Glasgow. 1, Erin Coulter, Hamilton Bath. 2, Joanna Calder, Milngavin Bearsden. 3, Emma Miller, Kintyre. Empty Lane 4. 5, Thea Glenn, City of Glasgow. 6, Caitlin Frame, Grangemouth. 7, Abigail Hill, Milngavin Bearsden. 8, Phoebe Murdoch, South Ayrshire. And 9, Leah Rafferty, Western Bartonshire. And it's the 16-year-old from Milngavin Bearsden. Took the early lead there, turning, I don't think 18:04, as much as she'd like it to be, is quite the right time there. But the board in front of me is showing that Abigail Hill turned first. But as we come up to the first 100, the lead has changed, and it's Emma Miller from Kintyre who is leading the field, and she's going to turn first at the 100 mark there, 1:09.45. City of Glasgow, Thea Glenn second, 1:10.54, and over in lane 0, Emily Dickens, City of Glasgow also 1:11.00. So I think that Emma Miller has maybe been caught there by Thea Glenn. As the girls come into the turn, they're also going to turn together though. And indeed, Thea Glenn is showing as just ahead of Emma Miller, 1:47.89 against 1:48.03. So really not a lot in it at this stage. The girls are now coming down to the halfway mark. Emily Dickens over in lane 0 continues to swim well, and I think it remains in third place. Emma Miller just has the slight advantage on Thea Glenn now as we come up to the turn, with Emily Dickens really very much in touch with those two girls. Emma Miller 2:26.57, 2:26.81 for Thea Glenn, so really not a lot in that, as it looks after the turn that Thea Glenn has the advantage over Hannah. I beg your pardon, Emma. I think Hannah is her sister, so apologies there, girls. So it's Thea Glenn, Emma Miller, Emily Dickens. In behind those girls, Caitlin Frame, Erin Coulter, Joanna Calder. And at the turn there, I think it was both Thea Glenn and Emma Miller turning together. Emily Dickens, they'll need to watch what she's doing, however. She's certainly got herself in front of Thea Glenn, and I think has the slight advantage on Emma Miller. As we come down to the 300-meter mark, it is Emma Miller, Emily Dickens, and Thea Glenn now finds herself in third place. All three girls will know what they've got to do to find themselves in the placings for this race this afternoon. In behind them, Caitlin Frame remains in fourth. Has she got something to catch these two girls in the front? Sorry, beg your pardon, three girls ahead of her. Joanna Calder really picking up the pace there. She's looking to get herself up amongst that as the girls come up to the final turn of their race this afternoon. It is Emma Miller, Emily Dickens, Thea Glenn, Caitlin Frame, Joanna Calder. Are your 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 there? But I think it looks like Emma Miller will hold off the threat. Certainly from Thea, the threat she had earlier, but it's whether or not she can hold off Emily Dickens over in lane 0. As the girls both come into the closing stages of their race. Well, it's going to be very, very tight. It's all going to be about the finish here. And it is the Kintyre swimmer, Emma Miller, finishing first there. 4:58.14 by 2/100ths of a second. Emily Dickens in second place and Thea Glenn in third. As Abigail Hill finishes her race this afternoon. And Leah Rafferty finishing there concludes heat 3.
So now we move on to our fourth of the 5 heats. Baron Gibbons, 0 from Dumfries. 1 is Melissa Menny, East Kilbride. 2, Zoe Crawford, Falkirk. We have an empty lane in 3. Libby Doubleday is in 4 from University of Stirling. 5, Sophie Allison, Western Bartonshire. 6, Madeline Patterson, City Glasgow. 7, Melissa Turnbull, Stirling Swim. 8, Rebecca Somerville, Ren 96, and 9, Heather Kellogg from Dumfries. Everyone's under 5 minutes apart from one swimmer just over the 6-minute mark. 5-minute mark rather. 4:52, the fastest entry in this one. The early leader, not by an awful lot, is Madeline Patterson in lane 6. Either side of her, Sophie Allison in 5, and Melissa Turnbull in lane 7. Western Bartonshire and Stirling Swim respectively over on the far side. Also not that far behind those 3 swimmers in lanes 2 and 3. Zoe Crawford, Melissa Menny. In fact, Zoe Crawford just touching in 3rd place. So a fairly steady start, 1:09.51. Fairly similar to the previous heat. So a nice strong start by Madeline. She's just up the ante here and pulled 3 or 4 clear. Can the rest respond? Well, even at this early stage, she's almost getting on for 4 seconds ahead. Sophie Allison in that sort of rusty coloured cap, distinct cap of Western Bartonshire. Very prominent. Zoe Crawford and Melissa Menny in lanes 2 and 1, virtually together. And it's Melissa and Zoe chasing 2, a long way behind, about 6-7 metres behind, halfway, 2:22.72. Well, she's almost 5 seconds ahead now. Don't be fooled looking at the scoreboard, Melissa Turnbull. The pad's completely way out there. She's done 200, not 350 metres. Well, this is game, set and match for Madeline here. Going probably another metre or two further ahead. 36.65 that last 50. You can see the split even for Zoe Crawford, which wasn't bad at 37.34. She's now over virtually 5.5 seconds clear. Not working terribly hard yet with the legs. This will come into play very shortly, the final 100 or so. Zoe Crawford has gone clear of Melissa Meni in second place by about a body length, but a long way behind Madeline now. 3:37.27. So if you can find a wee bit extra kick in a final 100, we could be looking somewhere around the 450 mark. 4:54.50, which will be a short course conversion somewhere around about the 450 mark short course. Zoe Crawford having a pretty good swim over there in lane number 2. 4:54.58 is her entry time. Every chance of maybe just being a second or so over that. Hopefully both these two girls, Zoe and Melissa, will get a nice strong finish. Certainly Zoe Crawford is beginning to motor down the final stretch, but Madeline Patterson still well clear here. So he is finding a bit extra over the last 50. But Madeline had a nice advantage after the 300 mark. So Madeline Patterson, very good swim from her. She takes that. Zoe Crawford in second. Melissa Meni in third. So Madeline just over the 450 mark, 4:52.39. Zoe 4:54.69. And Melissa Meni 4:58.53. A lot of these times much slower than entry, but probably due to short course conversions and not getting a chance to swim long course very often.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so this is heat 5 of the first event of this afternoon. The girls 400 metre freestyle. Lane 0, Emma McGavin, Hamilton Bath. 1, Emma Creaney, Cumbernauld. 2, Ayla Cochrane, City of Glasgow. 3, Georgia Dickey, Dumfries. 4, Susie McNair, Stirling Swim. 5, Hannah Edmiston, City of Glasgow, alongside her teammate Victoria Niven in lane 6. Sarah Stewart, Milngine Bearsden in lane 7. 8, Addison Cole, Hamilton Bath. And 9, Ava Gordon, Stirling Swim. And perhaps no surprise, the early leader is Susie McNair from Stirling Swimming. We saw her earlier this morning in the 1500 metres. And her swim taking first place, well ahead of the rest of the field. So again, yep, there we go. The board has updated itself, but doesn't have anybody in first position. But it is Susie McNair, 105.34. Alongside her, Hannah Edmiston, turned second. Hannah, the 18-year-old from City of Glasgow. Georgia Dickey had a good 1500 metre swim this morning as well. She's up there in third at the moment. As Susie McNair turns. Beginning to build on her lead in behind her. It looks to me like there's 3 of them battling for second place at the moment. Hannah Edmiston, Georgia Dickey and Ayla Cochrane. They seem to be pretty much in a line at the moment in second place behind Susie. As we come up to the halfway mark, it will be Susie McNair turning first. I think Ayla Cochrane just has the slight advantage in front of Georgia Dickey, but in fact it's recorded Georgia Dickey 2:19.01, 2:19.14 for Ayla Cochrane at the turn there. And sitting in just behind them, Hannah Edmiston, 2:19.57. But this is very much a repeat of what we saw this morning. Susie got herself out in front of the field, improved on her advantage, and really had to swim herself. Nobody alongside her, whereas behind her there is a battle, as I said earlier. Again, it appears that we have 3 girls in second place: Ayla Cochrane, Georgia Dickey and Hannah Edmiston. Possibly Ayla has the advantage again over Georgia. I think Hannah has just slipped away a little bit. And it's a battle now between Ayla Cochrane and Georgia Dickey. Susie McNair turns at the 300 metre mark. She has 2 lengths left to go. Ayla's just going to turn just ahead of Georgia. Good turn there by Georgia. She has the slight advantage over Ayla coming out of that turn. And has got herself about a half a body length ahead of Ayla. Both girls will know they're coming up to the final turn. They've got to give this their all if they want to stay in those positions. As Susie turns and heads for home, time there 3:59.39. You can see that she's picking up the pace. That last length in a time of 34.76. But there is a definite battle. Georgia Dickey from Dumfries and Ayla Cochrane, City of Glasgow, in lanes 2 and 3, battling it out for the second and third place. Susie comes into the closing stages of her 400 metre freestyle this afternoon, and she's going to touch out in a time of 4:33.39. So, as Robert said, oh, here's Georgia. She's going to hold off Ayla. Well done there, girls. That was a very exciting battle between the pair of you for the last 200 metres. So Georgia Dickey in second for 42.12 and Ayla Cochrane for 42.38. And we move on to the boys.
That's a good contest there. Both these girls shaving a wee bit off their time in second and third place. Susie having a nice solid swim, not really getting pushed there. But pretty respectable time, 4:33 for 400. So it's the guys' turn this time. 5 heats for them. 9 go in this one. Yeah. Yeah. So the first of the 5 heats in 0, Josh Gallagher, East Kilbride. 1 is Lucas Craw from Rutherglen. 2, Freddie Hughes, Bellshill Sharks. 3, Dylan McShane, City Glasgow. 4, Samuel Beetham from Bo'ness. 5 is Ewan Green, East Kilbride. 6, Jake Ferguson, Grangemouth. 7, Andrew Brackenridge, Cumbernauld. And 8 is Reuben Pearson from Motherwell and Wishaw. Well, the 2 lads in the outside lane just slightly over 5 minutes entry time. The rest of the lads in 4:52 through to 4:57. So again, the vast majority, I'm sure, will be conversion times from short to long course. So we might not see all these guys going under 5 minutes. But Jake Ferguson, yellow cap of Grangemouth. That's about a body length advantage. Second place is Dylan McShane. So about a second and a half, 105.65 for that first 100. So Jake Ferguson, maybe something like a 2:20 halfway would get him in pretty close to that entry time of his. Oh, he's gone down there in just under 35. Andrew Brackenridge in lead 7. He's pulled his way into a challenging position, and it's still Dylan McShane, who looks to be clearly second. Well, Grangemouth lads well clear now. Certainly travelling pretty fast. 2:17. So every chance of something round about 4:45 here. Dylan McShane at the moment is second, but there's a couple of lads in the middle lanes that are now making a bit of a charge. Ewan Green in 5. More relaxed swimmer is the 1 in 4. That's Samuel Beetham from Bo'ness. So that's where the contest is, second, third and fourth. Dylan McShane, Samuel Beetham, Ewan Green. But our leader is 15 metres clear now. Got a commanding advantage. We're looking at something around about 4:42 maybe. 3:30.39. Pacing just under, around about the 72.5. But you'd expect a very strong finish. So a little bit under a little bit over 440, I suspect, for Jake. Contest is really developing. Ewan Green putting in lots of effort here. Samuel Beetham still looks pretty relaxed in lane 4, but he'll need to get going in that final 50. Two of them almost turning together. Quarter of a second in it. But a long time leader, Jake Ferguson. Entry time 4:56.06. Well, it's the best part of 15 seconds off that time. Just over the 4:40 mark. That's a cracking swim, Jake. Well done. 4:41.62. Race for second. Now cut and dried. It's going to be Ewan Green from East Kilbride. Samuel Beetham from Bo'ness in third. Good steady swims, lads. 4:56.56 for Ewan. 4:57.74. As I said, swimmers in fourth and fifth over the 5 minute mark, as are quite a number of these swimmers who've probably getting a chance to do this 400 metres long course for the first time, and maybe first time for some of them in a few years if they've done it before. As we move on to our second heat. Looks like we have a full house here, Jackie.
It does indeed, Robert. Get started in just a few moments. And we move on to Heat 2, Lane 0, Ewan McMahon, Falkirk Otter. 1, Cameron Gill, Grangemouth. 2, Tristan Robin, City of Glasgow. 3, Seamus Barbary, East Kilbride. 4, Luke Gardner, Ren 96. 5, Cameron Shaw, Grangemouth. 6, Magnus Morris, Ren 96. His teammate Andrus Posmic, Ren also in lane 7. Lane 8, Ewan Watson, Renfrew Bath. And 9, Jude Mowbray, City of Glasgow. Not a lot between the boys there at the 50 metre mark. Cameron Shaw 30.99, Luke Gardner 31.34. Well, your first 1 and 2 there. Seamus Barbary get himself back up alongside Tristan Robin. We've seen him in action earlier this afternoon. He looks to have the slight advantage possibly at the turn here. Seamus Barbary's turn first there, 106.27. Not a lot in it though, 106.46 for Tristan Robin. Cameron Shaw third. And Jude Mowbray in lane 9 in fourth, 107.22. So just a reminder that we do need to keep an eye on what's happening in the outside lanes. It's not often always about what's happening in the centre of the pool. Seamus Barbary there, the East Kilbride swimmer. 141.69 at the turn. We have a couple of 15-year-olds in this race. And 16, 17, and Cameron Shaw is the oldest at 18. As Seamus Barbary gets himself a good lead ahead of the boys behind him. Leading the field into the turn here. To the halfway mark. Timing there in a time of 2:16.87. Scoreboard's just trying to catch up there. That's not right for Andrus Posmic. Certainly hasn't completed 250. There we go. It's corrected itself now. And back to the pool. So it's Seamus Barbary is leading the boys. Behind him, Cameron Shaw, I think, is in second place. Jude Mowbray also continuing to swim well as the boys come into the turn. But Tristan Robin in lane 2, he's in second place at the moment, alongside Seamus Barbary. Tristan will be trying to catch Seamus as the boys come up to the 300-metre mark. With a fairly commanding lead there, Seamus Barbary, 3:27.61. He's got a 5-second lead from Tristan Robin, the City of Glasgow swimming in second place. Cameron Shaw looks like he's picking up his pace and beginning to catch Tristan again. Cameron looking the more relaxed swimmer there, as Seamus Barbary turns for the final time in his 400-metre race this afternoon. 4:03.60 for him. His entry time 4:44.50. As we've said a number of times this week, today, the entry times are often conversion of short course times. So Seamus Barbary, there's no doubt he's going to win this. He can't be caught, but there has been a change in the second and third places. Cameron Shaw, Tristan Robin. So can Cameron keep? He looks like he's going to take second. Tristan might be feeling as being a bit challenged there, but he's going to hold it for third, I think. So, in fact, no, I was incorrect there. At the moment, it's showing me Luke Gardner as in third place. So a good final length there for Luke Gardner. So first place, Seamus Barbary, 4:37.08. Cameron Shaw second, 4:43.69. And Luke Gardner, 4:45.39. As Andrus finishes his race this afternoon, that completes Heat 2. And that's the results confirmed. Seamus Barbary, Cameron Shaw, Luke Gardner, 1, 2 and 3. Heat 3, lane 0, Finlay Watson, East Kilbride. His teammate Tyler Stewart in lane 1. Rory Calvert, Grangemouth, lane 2. 3, Adam Thompson, South Ayrshire. 4, Callum Ferguson, Rutherglen. 5, Alex Black, Bowness. 6, Ben King, Milngavie and Bearsden. 7, Fraser Walker, Wren 96. 8, Thomas Ingalls, Western Bartonshire. And 9, Luke Scott, Dumfries. And after the first 50, it's lane 5, Alex Black, who had the advantage. But coming up alongside him now is lane 3, Adam Thompson. And in fact, I think Adam's got the advantage here. As the boys come down to the turn at the 100-metre mark. It is Adam Thompson ahead of Alex Black. Let's wait for the board to update itself there. There was Adam Thompson, Alex Black, and Rory Calvert, I think, was in third place there. These placings on the board is not correct, according to the times. So the two boys in lanes 3 and 5 have turned almost together there, coming out of the turn. Adam Thompson had the advantage and does so coming down this length to the halfway mark in this 400 metres this afternoon. So it will be Adam Thompson, Alex Black, 1 and 2. Let's have a look and see what's happening in behind. Lane 2, Rory Calvert. It's a name we'll recognise from medal positions earlier today. Lane 0, Finlay Watson. He had some good swims earlier on this morning. So the South Ayrshire swimmer, the 16-year-old Adam Thompson. His entry time 4:38.50. And just in behind him in second place, Alex Black from Bo'ness. Things look like they might be changing in behind, but I think it is still Rory Calvert in third. So Adam Thompson leading the field at this stage. You've just completed 250 metres. Alex Black in second. Finlay Watson in lane 0 swimming well. He's got himself up alongside Rory Calvert in lane 2. Rory was in third place there, but it looks like Finlay might just take that at the turn. Maybe not. No, Rory's going to turn first there as Adam Thompson and Alex Black turn at the 300 metre mark. They have a length and a half left to do now of their 400 metres this afternoon. And there is a bit of a battle going on for third place, I think. Finlay Watson and Rory Calvert. Rory Calvert has the advantage at the moment. Alex Black looks like he's closing the gap between him and Adam Thompson as they both turn there and head for home. It is still the South Ayrshire swimmer, Adam Thompson, however. The good turn there and has got himself a fairly commanding lead. He's not going to be caught now. So whether or not Alex Black is caught by Rory or Finlay, I don't think that's going to happen. But they still have about 15 metres to go as Adam Thompson comes in to complete his 400 metre freestyle this afternoon in a time there of 1:31.66. Alex Black 2:36.99, and it was Rory Calvert, the Grangemouth swimmer, finishing in third, 4:39.11. And as all the boys finish their race there, that just remains for the result to be confirmed. But I think Adam Thompson, Alex Black, Rory Calvert are your 1, 2 and 3. And there we go, that's that confirmed. And we now move on to Heat 4.
Yeah, he obviously has problems when someone maybe goes to from east and joins University of Stirling. Because you can't, but depending when the records were last checked, you've really got to be careful. But he said that's an obvious one. So what I'll do is I will actually say to John, I'll go through it. Anything that is clear, because that is a glaringly obvious mistake.
One, yeah.
He might then have to speak to Chris Bostock down at swimming and say, well, how come, after a swimmer, maybe you're going back about 8 years, something, 9 years. So on to heat number 4. Jack Docherty Simpson goes in 0 from Scotia. 1 Marcus Blake, City of Glasgow. 2 Jamie Gilchrist and 3 Ewan Mitchell, both East Kilbride. 4 is Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire. 5 Guy Pelosi, City of Glasgow. 6 Rory Webster, Dumfries. 7 Gregor Ross, City of Glasgow, empty lane in 8. And Harry Keogh goes in lane 9 from round 96. 4:30.64 the fastest entry time through to 4:36.10. We had 4:31 the last heat that Jackie gave you. I'm sure we'll get maybe 1 or 2 under that 4:30 with Jack Docherty Simpson and that distinct Scotia cap over on that far side from where we are. Off to a very strong start. Can he maintain that? 1:04.01. Gregor Ross on the near side in lane 7. Best of the chasing pack. Just over a second further back. Barely a second and a half cover the second swimmers through to those in 8th. Harry Keogh in 9, just a little bit further behind all the remaining in the pro. And it is Gregor Ross who's coming through to join Jack Docherty Simpson. Middle lane, Lewis Gibson, probably just in 3rd, ahead of Ewan Mitchell. To the Scotia lads over there, encouraging Jack to keep this going. He's now dropped into 2nd place, and he'll do well to maybe finish in the top 4 or 5. As comes under a wee bit pressure. It's now advantage with Gregor Ross to 13.25. Gregor has entered 4:34.41, pacing quite a wee bit inside that. Can he get inside that 4:30 though? No idea what sort of pace he's going at. He's certainly in the lead. It's not Jack who's leading. Well, Jack's still maintaining a good 2nd place. Lewis Gibson, Ewan Mitchell, and also Jamie Gilchrist, all trying to make a move. Just a shade over 100 to go. Gregor Ross still looks pretty good. He's got maybe 3 to 4 metre advantage over Jamie Gilchrist, who's now gone clear in 2nd. 3:22.09. Gregor Ross has got to try and pick up the pace to get inside that 4:30, and he's certainly beginning to motor, legs going like the clappers now. Clear in 2nd, Jamie Gilchrist. Lewis Gibson has gone 3rd. As Jack Docherty Simpson just drops back a little bit off that final turn. Gregor Ross, that wasn't at 16.90. I bet you wish it was, but he's still going pretty well with just around 20 to go. This is going to be pretty close to 4:30. 2nd place and storming down the final stretch is Jamie Gilchrist, but he's going to run out of the water. It's Gregor Ross who's just going to do it. Gregor Ross takes it. Jamie Gilchrist 2nd, and Lewis Gibson gets 3rd. And well done, Gregor. You did manage to sneak under the 4:30. That's sort of psychological mark for a lot of swimmers in a 400. Next marker will be trying to get this down to 4:25 and then 4:20 for Gregor, but well done. 4:29.72. 2nd, Jamie Gilchrist, 4:31.30. And in 3rd place, Lewis Gibson, 4:35.31.
And we move on to the final heat of event 202, heat 5, lane 0. Connor Stewart, Stirling Swimming. 1, Fergus Curry, Milngine Bears Den. 2, Greer van der Meulen, Stirling Swimming. 3, Jack Simpson, East Kilbride. 4, Michael Flynn, City of Glasgow. 5, Greg Fairbairn, University of Stirling. 6, Adam Scott, Wren 96. 7, Gregor Skinner, Bowness. 8, Keane Smith, City of Glasgow, and an empty lane 9. And that was Gregor Skinner, that's the 50-metre mark. No, that's incorrect. That time is not right there. So I think 28:13, Michael Flynn. Didn't think that was quite right. So it's Michael Flynn who has taken the early lead here. And at the 100-metre mark, he turns first, 58:55. Jack Simpson alongside him in second, and Greg Fairbairn in third. Connor Stewart from Stirling Swim over in lane 0, swimming well, finding himself in 4th place at the turn there. Adam Scott in 5th. But it is Michael Flynn. I think this is Michael's stroke, really. I'm quite used to seeing him out in the front in these kind of distance races in freestyle. So it's still Michael, Greg Fairbairn second, Jack Simpson third. As Michael has a very commanding lead over those two boys in second and third. And Michael's going to come up to the halfway mark. Several body lengths ahead of the two boys in second, Jack and Greg. Battling it for second place. I think they were going to come into the turn almost together there. Greg just got that, 206.48, 206.52 for Jack. So what's happening in behind these guys, those three guys? Lane 7, Gregor Skinner is in 4th. He'll be looking to try and get himself up into the placings now. Probably no chance he's going to catch Michael. That's whether he can gain any ground on Greg Fairbairn or Jack Simpson. So it's the centre of the pool. Bit of an arrowhead there. Michael Flynn at the front. Greg Fairbairn and Jack Simpson either side of him. Gregor Skinner remains in 4th place. Coming up a bit alongside him, maybe, Adam Scott. As Michael turns there at the 300-metre mark, 3:04.58. Oh, this is a lot faster than the previous heat. But it's 12 seconds faster than the previous heat. I think I'd be right in saying. No, actually nearly. In fact, my arithmetic's wrong there. It's nearly 20 seconds faster than the previous heat. So at the 300-metre mark, it was 3:22 in the previous heat. As Michael turns there and he heads for home. Michael is the only entrant here this afternoon with a time under 4 minutes. I think he's going to come close to that this afternoon. As the places behind him have changed, we can see Greg Fairbairn is now firmly into 2nd place, and Jack Simpson in 3rd. Michael finishes there in a time of 4:07.62. The University of Stirling swimmer Greg Fairbairn, 4:12.35. And the East Kilbride swimmer Jack Simpson, 4:19.56 are your 1, 2 and 3. Lane 7 just coming in there, that's Gregor Skinner finished. Adam Scott in 5th, Keane Smith 6th, Greer van der Meulen finishes, Connor Stewart, Fergus Curry, and that concludes event 202. And we now move on to event 203, and it's butterfly now. It's the girls' 200-metre butterfly, and we have 2 heats.
The 400 freestyle, 1, 2, 3 for the girls, 15-year-old, Madeline Patterson, City Glasgow. Second, Emma Miller from Kintyre. Third, Melissa Meny, East Kilbride, or 16-year-olds. First, Susie McNair, Stirling Swim. 2, Georgia Dickey from Dumfries. And third, Eva Gordon, Stirling Swim. 17 plus, Alia Concrete, City Glasgow, Anna Edmondson, Victoria Niven. So just the two heats. Niamh Quinn, Kintyre in 0. Emma Silcock, Falkirk Otter in lane 1. In 2, Abby Barnstable, Lanark. 3, Georgia Reid, City Glasgow, teammates Alice Cumming in 4. Anna Tichenko in 5. 6, Emma Barrowman, Stranraer Stingrays. 7, Emma Miller, Kintyre. And 8, Heather Lees, City Glasgow. Great to see Heather having a go at this 200 butterfly, turning in second. And going pretty well is Heather. Remember her years and years ago as a very, very competent breaststroke swimmer. But she'll turn her hand to anything. And she's hanging in there with some of these youngsters. But City Glasgow swimmer, Alice Cumming, coming through to take it up. Heather dropping back to 4th place. So Alice Cumming, Georgia Reid. And in lane 1, Emma Silcock, the Falkirk Glass, also well there. That's Emma Silcock putting in a challenge to the two City Glasgow girls. Alice Cumming and Georgia Reid. Well, can Emma Silcock find something special at the moment? Alice Cumming has all the answers. She's good body length or so clear. Her teammate, I think, just turning in second. Georgia Reid ahead of Emma Silcock. Well, who's going to hang in here? Alice Cumming had a good advantage, but that's getting eaten into now, down the final 50. It's Alice Cumming with Georgia Reid on her shoulder. Emma Silcock over on the far side, putting in a late charge. It's getting pretty interesting with 15 to go. Emma Silcock really getting to work in lane 1. It's Emma Silcock, Alice Cumming, Georgia Reid. Not much between them. The Falkirk last might just get up here. It's Emma Silcock. Emma Silcock's going to take this one. Emma takes it. Second place, Alice Cumming. And Georgia Reid, what a cracking swim from Emma to get up from 3rd. And the dying stages to meet the two City Glasgow girls. Well done, Emma. And also well swam for both Georgia and Alice. 2:37.94 for Emma, 2:38.72 Alice, and 2:40.07 Georgia Reid.
So move on to Heat 2, Lane 0, Louise Connell, City of Glasgow. 1, Gabriella Lessing, Ren 96. 2, Heidi Wren, City of Glasgow, her teammate Stella McCarty in Lane 3. 4, Coco Croxford, Stirling Swim. 5, Drew Mackenzie, City of Glasgow, empty Lane 6. 7, Freya Beaton, City of Glasgow. 8, Emma Queenie, Cumbernauld. And 9, Lexine McCappin, Falkirk. And after the first 50 metres, fairly tight there in the centre of the pool. Drew Mackenzie, Coco Croxford, Stella McCarty. Time there for Freya Beaton, 18:02 isn't correct. Do seem to have a bit of an issue with that lane 7 and the timing there. But it's very clear what's happening here. The lead is coming from the girls in lanes 4 and 5. Coco Croxford, Drew Mackenzie come into the turn there, 1 and 2. Not much between them, 25 100ths of a second between Coco and Drew there in first and second. Stella McCarty in third, 107.71. So the battle's going on between Coco and Drew Mackenzie here. Coco Croxford, Drew Mackenzie. I think I'm right in saying, Robert, they used to be teammates, but Coco's now switched over to the Stirling Swim programme. As the girls come into the final turn here, still very tight between these two. But it is still Coco Croxford from Stirling Swim who has the advantage. 142.968. Drew Mackenzie, 142.98. And Coco is beginning to pull away from Drew Mackenzie now, as they come into the last 20 metres of this race. In behind them, the City of Glasgow swimmer Stella McCarty. But Coco Croxford, I don't think she's going to be caught. I don't think Drew or Stella can do much about Coco's lead now, as Coco comes into the closing stages and touches home first in a time of 2:20.58. Drew Mackenzie, 2:22.96, and Stella McCarty, 2:23.81. And that's the girls completed Heat 2. So we now move on to Heat 204, and it's the turn of the boys, 200 metre butterfly. We have 2 heats of this event for the boys. There's the girls' result confirmed. Coco Croxford, Drew Mackenzie, Stella McCarty, 1, 2 and 3.
So we move on to the boys. Again, just the 2 heats. There are 5 scheduled to take place, but not enough swimmers' jacket to fill it. So we have in 0, Finlay Watson, East Kilbride. 1, Caden McLaughlin, Mulgan Bearstein, empty lane 2. 3, Tom Jeffers, Ren 96. 4, Dean Bergatti, Hamilton Bass. 5, Cameron Gill, Grangewood. 6, Aaron Steele, East Kilbride. 7, Fraser Cowie, North Ayrshire. We have another empty lane in 8 and 9, Caleb Geddes, Belstow Sharks. Now, you'll always get plenty effort in lane 4 from Dean Bergetti and Tom Jeffers in 3. 2 lads that do a fair mixture, and they're heading down towards halfway, first and second. Cameron Gill, Aaron Steele, Fraser Cowie, not that far behind, but Seren lad, Tom Jeffers with the advantage by maybe about a metre over Dean Bergatti. Was over a second in at 108.49, 109.82. Well, Jackie, we don't have the arrow formation, but we almost have 5 pretty tightly bunched here. Lane 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Tom Jeffers, Dean Bergatti still hanging in there. Aaron Steele in 6, beginning to make a wee move here. Between them, Cameron Gill still well there, as is Fraser Cowie. Still the rain lad with a black cap. Tom Jeffers with the advantage. He's still got the advantage with 50 to go, but Aaron Steele has closed a bit. He's gone second, just ahead of Cameron Gill and Dean Bergatti, all to play for down the final stretch. It's still Tom Jeffers. East Kilbride swimmer Aaron Steele really getting the bit between his teeth. Dean Bergatti is also trying to find something. And Cameron Gill still not out of it. Tom Jeffers, Dean Bergatti, Aaron Steele, Dean Bergatti's coming through. Tom Jeffers still hanging on there. It's the East Kilbride lad, Aaron Steele, who's got this one, or has he? Aaron Steele, Dean Bergatti, Tom Jeffers. What a race, fellas. 2:28.74 Aaron Steele, 2:28.89 Dean Bergatti, and Tom Jeffers 2:29.26. And perfect finishing, lads, getting those arms, hitting the pads spot on. Great race. Cameron Gill just touched out. Well done.
Well, Robert, let's see if we can return over to Heat 2. So, as Robert said, as we now move on to Heat 2, Lane 0, Finlay Nelson, Dumfries, 1, Cameron Creaney, University of Stirling, 2, Rory Young, City of Glasgow, 3, Scott Fleming, East Kilbride, 4, Andrew Bertoli, 5, Peter Allen, 6, Pierce Greening, all University of Stirling, 7, Robert Burgess, City of Glasgow, empty lane 8 and 9, Nathan Campbell, Stirling Swim, and it is Andrew Bertoli in lane 4. Turning first after the 50 metres, followed by his teammate Pierce Greening, and then Peter Allen in third place. 27.09 for Andrew at the turn there.
This might not be quite so exciting, Jackie, so you may be able to keep fairly calm.
You never know, Robert. Just because there's a clear leader at the moment doesn't mean to say there's not going to be a battle for the second and third places.
Very true, yeah.
But it is lane 4, Andrew Bertoli, who has a clear lead at the 100 metre mark. 59 dead for him at that stage. Andrew's entered this afternoon at a time of 2:02.52.
Well, we've got the British champion in lane 3 back in July, Scott Fleming. He's going pretty well, Jackie.
He is indeed, yes. I think he's getting himself up into third alongside Peter Allen.
Goes up against two University of Stirling guys, so he's in good company here, Jackie.
And he has indeed. Look, he's got himself up into third place there, Robert, at the turn. So let's see what happens as the boys have all turned and head for home. There's no doubt who the winner's going to be, Andrew Bertoli. But Scott is certainly giving Peter Allen a run for his money. So second place to Scott by the looks of it there. I think he's got the advantage over Peter Allen. Indeed he has, as he comes into the closing stages, as we watch Andrew Bertoli finish his race in first place. Scott Fleming finishing in second, 2:11.59, splitting the University of Stirling boys. And Peter Allen just touched out there by the City of Glasgow swimmer Robert Burgess in lane 7, 2:13.61 for Robert and 2:13.76 for Peter Allen. As I said, Robert, not quite the excitement of the previous heat, but some good swimming there all nonetheless. So we move on to event 2:05, the 100 metre breaststroke. We start with the girls and we have 7 heats.
While we're waiting for that one, we've got some results, Jackie. Our boys 400 free are 15-year-olds. Gregor Ross, City Glasgow. Second, Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire. And third, Jake Ferguson, Grangemouth, 16-year-olds rather. First, Adam Thompson, South Ayrshire. Second, Adam Scott, Ren 96. Third, Ewan Mitchell, East Kilbride. And 17 plus, Michael Flynn, Greg Fairbairn, Jack Simpson. That's after that one. So as Jackie says, we're now on to the girls' breaststroke, 7 heats. We have in lane 0, Cara McFadgen from Kintyre, 1, Thea Glenn, City Glasgow, 2, Innes Scott, Stirling Swim, 3, Ava Brackenridge, Cumbernauld, 4, Erin Faulkner, Bellsill Sharks, 5, Sophia McGinley, Cumbernauld, 6, Sophie Gibbons for Mulgine Bears Den, 7 is Cara Gumbrow, round 96, and 8, Lauren Peckover in 8 no lane 9. 200 butterfly, 1, 2, 3 in the age groups. 15-year-old Coco Croxford, Stirling Swim, Emma Silcott, Falkirk Otter, Alice Cumming, City Glasgow. 16-year-olds Heidi Wren, City Glasgow, Louise Connell, City Glasgow, Emma Barrowman, Stranraer Stingrays. 17 plus, Drew McKenzie, Stella McCarty, both City Glasgow, and Gabriella Leasing, round 96. So that's you bang up to date with results as we have them. And it's pretty close coming down towards the finish line. Might just be lane 3 with the advantage. It's tight indeed. Lane 4 finishing like a train. Erin Faulkner, it's lane 1, 4 and 0 perhaps. Well, it's very much for the officials to confirm that. Thea Glenn 1:30.33. Erin Faulkner 1:30.67, and it was lane 0, Cara McFadgen 1:30.72, who sneaked in and got that third place, but a very tight finish for the first 4 or 5 home there. So just wait for our officials just to confirm that one, but looks like maybe an adjusted time, I don't know. But, that's it, Thea, Erin, Cara, as we had it.
Event 205, Heat 2, Lane 0, Maya Taylor, Falkirk Otter, 1, Katie Watson, City of Glasgow, 2, Lucy McLeod, Grangemouth, 3, Iona Morrison, Mulgine Bears Den, 4, Charlotte Glover, Bellsill Shark, 5, Ruby Small, Ren 96, 6, Anna Dixon, Kingston, 7, Rachel McGavin, Hamilton Bath, 8, Rose McDermott, Mulgine Bears Den, and 9, Sarah Aitken, Falkirk Otter. And as the girls come up to the 50 metres, I think it's lane 6. Anna Dixon, who may have the advantage, and indeed she does. The scoreboard's not right there because lane 7, the scoreboard's not recording times correctly. So we move to second place. Anna Dixon, as I said, turned first there, 40.30. And she is building on that lead as the girls come down to the last within 25 metres of the finish of their race. I think this is going to be Anna Dixon, and it's who's going to be in second. Lane Lucy McLeod doing well over in lane 2. Alongside her, Iona Morrison from Mulgine Bears Den, but this is Anna Dixon's race. Battle a little bit for second, but I think it is going to be Lucy McLeod second and Rose McDermott in third, lane 8.
200 butterfly for the boys. 1, 2, 3, Dean Bergatti, Hamilton. Tom Jeffers, round 96. Fraser Cowie, North Ayrshire. 16-year-olds, Finlay Nelson, Dumfries. Aaron Steele, East Kilbride. Cameron Gill, Grangemouth. 17 plus, Andrew Bertoli, University of Stirling. Scott Fleming, East Kilbride. Robert Burgess, City Glasgow. Underway now, full house again. We have in 0, Eve McElwham, East Kilbride. 1, Leah Rafferty, West D. 2, Victoria Weir, Falkirk Otter. 3, William McCusker, City Glasgow. 4, Joanna Calder, Mulgan Bearsden. 6, Betty Fisher-Keogh, Inverclyde. 6 is Safina Machin, City Glasgow. 7, Beth Hunter, Ren 96. 8, Hannah Lindsay, Hamilton Baths. 9, Millie Colvin from Dumfries. Betty Fisher-Keogh and Joanna Calder in the 2 middle lanes. Not much between the two. Well, Beth Hunter apparently turned in the lead, but I don't believe that for 1 minute. Certainly the girls in 5 and 4 look to be well there. Hannah Lindsay going nicely in lane 8. Oh, on the far side, Eve McElwham, East Kilbride, who's had a pretty good meet this morning. Also going pretty well. Lane 8, Hannah Lindsay coming through to try and challenge Betty Fisher-Keogh. Joanna Calder well there, as is Victoria Weir and Eve McElwham. It's pretty tight. Betty Fisher-Keogh, I think, has got this one from Hannah Lindsay. It's very tight. Hannah Lindsay, Betty Fisher-Keogh, and I think Joanna Calder. That's how I'm calling it, but I probably got it wrong. Yeah, I have. It's on a touch. Betty Fisher-Keogh, 1:25.23, 1:25.32 in lane 8, Hannah Lindsay. And it was Joanna Calder who got third, 1:25.89.
Heat 4, Lane 0, Rebecca Strachan, City of Glasgow. 1, Carolyn Ray, University of Stirling. 2, Iona Henderson, Rutherglen. 3, Lexine McCappin, Falkirk. 4, Ava McDermott, Milngavie Bearsden. 5, Heather Stewart, North Ayrshire. 6, Neve Quinn, Kintyre. 7, Lily McCarry, Ren 96. 8, Grace Noonan, Milngavie Bearsden. And 9, Emma Chambers, Cumbernauld. And it doesn't look like there's much between the girls in the middle of the pool there as they come up to the 50-metre mark. I think it's lane 6 possibly. No, lane 3 showing Lexine McCappin. The Falkirk swimmer turned first there. Neve Quinn from Kintyre second. Very difficult to know. But it is Lexine McCappin who has got the lead as she comes down to the closing 20 metres of her 100-metre breaststroke this afternoon. I think it's all going to be about who's going to get second place. Lane 6, Neve Quinn. I think she's just going to hold them off. And it looks like the Rutherglen swimmer Iona Henderson will be third. Lexine McCappin, Neve Quinn, Iona Henderson are your 1, 2 and 3, I think. No, I beg your pardon. Grace Noonan, the Milngavie Bearsden swimmer, in third. She touched out Iona Henderson there. So your 1, 2 and 3 are Lexine McCappin, Neve Quinn and Grace Noonan. 1:22.20, 1:24.38 and 1:25.44.
Our fifth heat in 0. Mirren Gibb, Dumfries. 1, Caelan Chan, North Ayrshire. 2, Millie Barton, Bellshill Sharks. 3, Hannah Edmondson, City Glasgow. In 4, Cassie Wiper, East Kilbride. 5, Isabel Kendall, Stirling Swim. Empty Lane. 6, 7, Katie Towers, Lanark. 8, Alia Cochrane, City Glasgow. And 9, Zoe Matchett from North Ayrshire. 121s through to 123s. Strong start, Isabel Kendall in 5. Also going pretty well in 4 and in 7. Katie Towers, Cassie Wiper, Hannah Edmonston also in the mix. The 2 middle lanes with the advantage at the moment. Isabel Kendall, Cassie Wiper. Might just be Hannah Edmondson just ahead of Katie Towers for that 3rd place. But it's as you were when we hit the turn. Advantage still with Isabel Kendall. So Stirling Girl looks as though she has this one wrapped up now. Just beginning to pull away from the rest. Isabel Kendall's going to take this. 2nd place looks to be Cassie Wiper. Katie Towers perhaps 3rd. And that will be the finish. Well done, ladies. Isabel Kendall, 122.23, 123.88, Cassie Wiper, and 124.65. Katie Towers, very strong finish for her. And that moves us on to the penultimate heat, heat number 6.
So this is Heat 6, Event 205, Lane 0, Brooke Rogerson, Dumfries. 1, Abigail Thompson, University of Stirling. 2, Caris Mooney, City of Glasgow. 3, Alana Wilson, Bellshill Shark. 4, Madeline Patterson. 5, Lucy Nimmo, both City of Glasgow. 6, Jessica Schultz, University of Stirling. 7, Leah Bullock, East Kilbride. 8, Alice Cummings, City of Glasgow. And 9, Ailey MacArthur, Milngard and Bearsden. And it's the centre of the pool, lane 5. Lucy Nimmo turns first there, ahead of Alana Wilson and Caris Mooney. So at the 50 metres, that was Lucy Nimmo, 36.15. Lucy's entry time, 1:18.70. She's still got, but she is being challenged by lane 7, Leah Bullock from East Kilbride. So whether she can hold her off in the closing stages of this 100-metre race this afternoon. I think indeed she will. Lucy Nimmo will finish first. Leah Bullock 2nd. Battle going on for 3rd, but I think it will be the University of Stirling girl, Abby Thompson, in 3rd. Indeed, that's the board showing me that finish order. Lucy Nimmo 1:17.31, Leah Bullock 1:19.21, and Abby Thompson 1:20.01. Just look for that to be confirmed as the screen clears. There we go, that's the official results. Lucy Nimmo, Leah Bullock, Abby Thompson 1, 2 and 3. And we move on to the final heat of this event, Heat 7.
So our final heat in lane 0. Susie McNair, Stirling Swim, teammates Perry Scobie in 1, Katie Colwell, Bearsden in 2, Amy McLeod, Ciara Davison, 3 and 4, City Glasgow. 5, Ellie Robertson, South Ayrshire. 6, Catriona Stewart, Western Bartonshire. 7, Ellie Louise Kennedy is City Glasgow. 8, Ellie McNair, Bearsden. And 9, Rebecca Cole from Hamilton Baths. Well, off the turn, Ciara Davison just shades it. And we're at 35 to go. Here comes Ailey Robertson with a charge again. Ailey Robertson, Ciara Davidson. Not much between the two. South Ayrshire's Ailey Robertson puts in the challenge to Ciara Davidson. Amy McLeod still there, and Katie Colwell in two. There's almost four in a line. Ailey Robertson still forging ahead from Ciara Davidson. It's Ailey Robertson, Amy McLeod charging at the death. It's going to be on the touch. Ailey Robertson, Amy McLeod, Ailey Robertson, I think maybe just on the touch. What a race again, girls. Got it right. Ailey Robertson, 1:15.81, 1:15.88. Well, it's just a touch was perfect for Ailey. Ciara Davidson, 1:16.36. You'll have to stop this, girls. It's getting me really excited here. Another cracking race, ladies. That concludes 7 heats. We now have the guys' turn. Heat number 1.
So, event 206, as Robert said, it's the turn of the boys, the 100-metre breaststroke. In lane 2, Bjorn Ayen, Hamilton Baths. 3, Kia Campbell, Grangemouth. 4, Cameron Hamill, North Ayrshire. 5, Finlay Guidici, Renfrew Bath. 6, Alex Tinch, Stirling Swim. And 7, Declan Castles, East Kilbride. So, as the boys go up to the halfway mark, it's Finlay Guidici and Alex Tinch. I think Finlay's just get the turn there, just ahead of Alex. 39.66 against 40.47. Cameron Hamill in third, 40.80. No, sorry, Kia Campbell, 40.61. 40.80 for Cameron Hamill. So very tight for those 4 boys at the halfway mark. It is still Finlay Guidici who's just got the advantage. Alex Tinch just falling away off the pace a wee bit, as we can see Kia Campbell getting himself firmly into second place there. And in the middle of them, Cameron Hamill. So it's whether or not Finlay can hold, and indeed he's going to. Finishes there. Time of 1:26.23. Kia Campbell, 1:27.07. Cameron Hamill between them in third place, 1:28.16. So there's Bjorn finishing his race this afternoon at a time of 1:51.15. As the East Kilbride swimmer Declan Cassells comes in to finish his race, finishing in a time of 2:05.30. And that completes heat 1 of 7. Sorry, moving on to heat 2, lane 0, Josh Gallagher, East Kilbride. Empty lane 1, 2, Andrew Brackenridge, Cumbernauld. 3, Jimmy Lynn, Scotia. 4, John Thompson, Western Bartonshire. 5, Oscar Mugan Sharrett, City of Glasgow, and his teammate goes in lane 6. 7, Finley Byrne, Falkirk Otter. 8, Luke Byron, Western Bartonshire. And 9, FEA Yopoglu, South Ayrshire. And it's Oscar Mugen Sharrett at the 50-metre mark, turning first, 37.01. Jimmy Lynn, 37.15 in second. Andrew Brackenridge, 37.87 in third. I think Oscar's still got just the advantage, but he is definitely being challenged by John Thompson. Jimmy Lynn, he's being pushed all the way. Looks like Jimmy's beginning to get himself ahead. Can Oscar hold him off? So come into the closing meters, Oscar has. I think this is going to be his, but it's very tight. It's all going to be on the finish. Oscar first, Aidan second, and Andrew Brackenridge third there. That was very close at the end. I didn't quite get as excited as you do with these finishes, Robert, but yep, that was a very tight finish there.
Well, I had to go for a lie down, Jackie. Well, we're back in sync. Jackie's going to give me the delight of 3 and 4, which is quite right, since I've been slacking all afternoon. In 0, we've got Ian Henderson from Lanark. 1, Fraser Walker, Red 96. 2, Ben Grant, City Glasgow. 3, Glavia Singh, Scotia. 4 is Angus Brawley from Glasgow University. 5, Harry Keogh, Red 96. 6 is Alec Cumming, Belsill Sharks. 7, Luca Fermus, Dumfries. 8, Aidan Nixon, Belsill Sharks. And in 9, Yusuf Ibrahim, City Glasgow. 116s through to 118s in this one. And off the turn, middle lanes with the advantage, Angus Brawley from Harry Keogh. A little bit further back is Lavia Singh in the green cap of Scotia. Prominent Ian Henderson over in lane 0. Also on the near side, Luca Fermus and Yusuf Ibrahim, but the two middle lanes have it. It's still advantage Harry Keogh. Angus Brawley trying to close. It's still the swimmer from Wren who's going to take this one. Harry Keogh. Over in 0, Ian Henderson. Angus Brawley just hangs on to take third. Harry Keogh 1:17.04. Ian Henderson 1:18.70. Angus Brawley 1:19.93. So a lot of these are probably short course conversions to long course. Vast majority of those times a wee bit more than the entry time. So just wait for that to be confirmed. Wee discussion just below us, so we'll see if there's trouble afoot. Yeah, Jackie and I were thinking, should we burst into song on that one, but best not to. Copyright. Unfortunately, we do have a disqualification. Lane 7 for a technical infraction. So no change in that race order. Harry, Ian, Angus, as we were. Will you let me do the next one, Jackie? This heat number 4. Zero, Ewan Lordlaw, Hamilton Bass, empty lane in 1. 2, Tyler Stewart, East Kilbride. 3, Ben Montgomery, Stirling Swim. 4, Aidan Thompson, South Ayrshire. 5, Carl MacArthur, Mulgine Beersten. 6, Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire. 7, Craig Shaw, Lanark. 8, Samuel Beetham, Bowness. And 9, Ben King, Mulgine Beersten. Nice strong start from Craig Shaw. That's obviously time's moved on from 1801 or 1803 to 2062, but still problems with that pad. I think Craig Shaw might actually be the leader off the turn. This is the advantage with the Lanark swimmer coming through in the middle lanes. Adam Thompson in 4 and 5. Carl MacArthur, Ben Montgomery in 3. With a wee bit to make up on Craig Shaw, who looks as though he's got this wrapped up. Coming into final 15, and the Lanark swimmer's got this one in the bag. Second place, Adam Thompson. Third place, anybody's at the moment. That's the 1-2. It looks like lane 5. Alan MacArthur. Yep. Now Craig Shaw, nice swim from him. 1:13.02. 1:15.63 for Adam Thompson and 1:16.24. Carl MacArthur takes third. So a nice couple of second improvement for the winner there.
Heat 5, Lane 0, Lewis Graham, University of Stirling. 1, Kai Connolly, City of Glasgow. Teammate Guy Pelosi in Lane 2. 3, Mark Watchorn, Scotia. 4, Lewis Lawyer in City of Glasgow. 5, Logan Ward, University of Stirling. 6, Finley Sang, City of Glasgow. Teammate Kyle Wong in Lane 7. 8, Rory Webster, Dumfries. And 9, Marcus Blake, City of Glasgow. And it is Logan Ward, I think, who's turning first there, 33.24. Finley Sang and Lewis Lawyer alongside him, second and third respectively at the halfway mark. So Logan Ward, the 19-year-old from the University of Stirling, is leading the race here as they come into the last 25 metres. Bit of an arrowhead as we have seen previously in races with Louis Lawyer and Finley Sang alongside. Louis, I think, is being challenged by Mark Watchorn, however, so he'll need to keep an eye on what's happening there. But it is the University of Stirling swimmer Logan Ward who finishes first in a time of 1:12.01. City of Glasgow, Finley Sang, 1:13.16, and Louis Lawyer got the touch there, 1:14.71, 1/100th of a second ahead of Mark Watchorn, so he just touched out Mark for Louis finishing in third, Mark in fourth.
So penultimate heat, 6. All go in this one, apart from lane 7 and lane 3. We have Thomas Traynor, East Kilbride in 0. Teammate Fraser McIntosh in 1. Gavin Roberts, City Glasgow 2. 4, 5 and 6. Royce Crongellis, Robert Burgess, Jake Holmes, all City Glasgow. So say 3 and 7 empty. And 8, Nelson, Dumfries 9. Robbie Carlyle, Hamilton Baths. Well, City Glasgow to the fore in this one. Royce Crongellis, Robert Burgess, Jake Holmes, all in the middle lane. Not much between Robert Burgess and Royce Crongellis. Robert Burgess now being challenged by Royce. Two City Glasgow boys well clear. Royce Crongellis, slightly younger swimmer, is now forging well clear. Royce Crongellis well clear of Robert Burgess, and who's going to get the touch of lane 1, I think. Fraser McIntosh wins the contest over on that far side between the two East Kilbride lads. 109.81 Royce, 111.05 Robert Burgess, and 112.73 Fraser McIntosh.
Heat 7, the final heat of event 206, lane 0, Andrew Arthur. 1, Alex Mayer. 2, Rafi Dobson. Empty lane 3. 4, William Ellington, all University of Stirling. 5, Yusuf Batu, City of Glasgow. 6, Harper Whitehead, University of Stirling. 7, Matthew Garrity, City of Glasgow. 8, Donald Bissett, University of Stirling. And 9, Robson Miles, City of Glasgow. And as suspected, by the time I'd finished announcing the names, the boys are at the halfway mark, and it's the City of Glasgow swimmer, Yusuf Batu, turning first, 30.19. William Ellington from University of Stirling, 30.20, and his teammate Harper Whitehead in third. Well, let's see what's happening in the pool now. It's lane 4. William Ellington, I think, just has the advantage, but he is being challenged. Lane 2, Rafi Dobson. His teammate, I think William is just going to hold his teammate off there, but it is a University of Stirling 1, 2 and 3 there. William Ellington first, 104.59. Rafi Dobson, 104.84. And Alex Major, 105.18. Just wait for those. So a couple of results here. Event 205, the girls 15-year-old 100-metre breaststroke. First, second and third, Ellie Louise Kennedy, City of Glasgow. Alina Wilson, Bells Hill. Madeline Patterson, City of Glasgow. 16-year-old girls, Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire first. Lucy Nimos, City of Glasgow second. And Susie McNair, Stirling Swim in third. The girls 17 and over, Amy McLeod, City of Glasgow. Kira Davidson, City of Glasgow. Katie Caldwell, Milngavie and Bearsden are your 1, 2 and 3. Here we go.
So we have the joys of backstroke again. 7 heats. And we've 7 to follow for the guys. Hopefully Ross Stewart is around to sort out these backstroke malfunctions. Just a wee hiccup getting the mechanism sorted on lane 9, but we'll be underway in just a wee sec. Looks like we're good to go now. Oh, well, maybe not. It looks like we have a wee malfunction on 7. Hang on, lass. Girls, we'll get this sorted, I hope. Well, those of you on the live stream, maybe this is an opportune moment for you to stick the kettle on. Don't know how long we're going to be. Hopefully, pretty quick. Do you want to go for a lie down, Jackie? At last, we're off. So just one length. Very good start by Megan Mulhern in lane 8. Coming through in 5, Morgan Dunn. So Evan McCauley, Eve McElwham, Eva Fair, Zara Dunn, Millie McDonald, Morgan Dunn, Mia Taylor, Ria Yersoff, Megan Mulhern, Eva Brackenridge. And very strong finish now. Morgan Dunn coming through in lane 5. It's pretty tight. Megan Mulhern, Morgan Dunn, Millie McDonald, and lane 7, I think. No, it was Morgan Dunn in 5, Millie McDonald in lane 4, and Ria Yersoff in 7. That's the 1, 2, 3, 36.75, 37.07, and 37.74. Zero Emma Bannerman, 1 Lewis Herman, 2 Lauren Peckover, empty lane 3, 4 Rebecca Somerville, 5 Sarah Aiken, 6 Millie Barton, 7 is Mia Todd, reserve swimmer, 8 Heather Kellock, and 9 Alana Wilson.
It's a good start there by Alana Wilson in lane 9. She looks like she has got the advantage. Lane 6, I think, Millie Barton also swimming well. It's going to be between Alana and Millie. Just wait and see. I think Millie may have got the advantage there. Indeed she has. 35.32. Alana Wilson 36.24. And I think it's Lois Herdman in lane 1. Right, yeah. Okay, sorry, the scoreboard's updated itself there. The numbers weren't correct and I was reading it incorrectly. So, Millie Barton first, Rebecca Somerville second, and Alana Wilson third. Just look for the as always, we still seem to have that gremlin for lane 7, showing Mia Todd as in first place at the time of 1985. As we know, that's not correct. So we'll just wait for the scoreboard to confirm before we move on to the third heat of this afternoon's 50-metre backstroke.
Yeah, unfortunately, the scoreboard's showing two joint thirds with different times as well, Jackie. So
yeah, it is, isn't it, at the moment? So obviously that's something that we need to get sorted out in the box behind me. And here we go, hopefully. There we go. Millie Barton, Rebecca Somerville, Alana Wilson are your 1, 2 and 3, 35.32, 36.15 and 36.24 respectively. Heat 3, lane 0, Emily Easton, Julie Dunn, Amelie McCusker, Cara Gumbrell, Anjali Pavri. Empty lane 5, Rachel McGavin, Emma Miller, Sophie Hardy and Rose McDermott.
So a fairly level start. Might just be Anjali Pavri in 4. She seems to be just pulling away at the moment. Very close for second place. Rachel McGavin perhaps in lane 6. I think it's lane 4 and 6. Sophie Hardy also well there for maybe third place. That is the finish order. Anjali Pavri 34.45. Rachel McGavin 35 dead. Sophie Hardy 35.22. Thankfully, electronics working well on that one. On to heat number 4. Millie Conville, Catherine Simpson, Ellie McNair, Leah Rafferty, Sophie Steele, Kira Hart, Caitlin Frame, Abigail Hill, Isla McKenzie, Sophie Allison.
So that was a good start by Sophie Allison, but the action's now moved to the centre of the pool. Kira Hart, lane 5, looks to have the advantage as the girls go into the wall there, the finish. Lane 9, I think, still got herself up there in maybe second place. Perhaps not. No, the finishing order there. Kira Hart White first, Abigail Hill in second, and Sophie Steele in third. Times there 33.83. The order, finishing order being confirmed there. 34.77 for Abigail Hill and Sophie Steele 35.28. Heat 5, lane 0, Mirren McConnell, empty lane 1, lanes 2 through to 9, Caitlin Hamilton, Iona Henderson, Sarah Stewart, Victoria Grabowska, Hannah Anderson, Emily Dickens, Isabel Kendall and Addison Cole.
Victoria Grabowska eventually got herself into a nice position. Got about half a metre advantage now. Very, very tight for second place. Emily Dickens well there. It's Victoria and Emily. Not much between the two. Third place in lane 2 perhaps. Caitlin Hamilton. There is the finish order. Victoria Grabowska 33.69, 33.88. Emily Dickens. Caitlin Hamilton 34.46. Heat 6, 0 Periscope 1, Lucy McLeod, empty lane 2, 3 to 7 is Grace Noonan, Emma Leggett, Jocelyn McKenzie, Emma Silcock, Isla Dobson, 8's empty and 9 Freya Beaton.
So lane 5, Jocelyn McKenzie, the 18-year-old from Mulgai and Bearsden, has an advantage over the field here. Lane 9, Freya Beaton swimming well, but I think it is Jocelyn McKenzie that is going to take the field in. Lane 6 in second, Emma Silcock, and Isla Dobson, Kingston swimmer, in third place. So Jocelyn McKenzie, 31.91, Emma Silcock, 32.84, and Isla Dobson, 33.99. Yeah. There's the results confirmed for us as we move on to the penultimate heat. No, I beg your pardon, the final heat. And we don't have people in this one. We don't have a lane 3.
Lane 3.
Oh, so she's decided to...
Amy Shields is doing this one.
Heat 7, lane 0, Kirsty Gilmore, Safrina Machin, Melissa Meni, empty lane 3, Heidi Wren, Amy Shields, Zoe Crawford, Anna Tashenko, Emma McGavin and Erin Ferris.
Well, very strong start from Heidi Wren, but Amy Shields is on her shoulder and just possibly going past her. Amy Shields and Heidi Wren, both excellent backstroke swimmers, and this is well in the bag for Amy. Heidi Wren second, and lane 9, Erin Ferris, I think, might get third. She does indeed. Amy Shields, what a swim, 29.96. Only one under 30 today. Heidi Wren, 31.22. And from her outside lane, Erin Ferris, 32.22, gets third. Seven backstroke heats, 0 to 8. Declan Castles, Keir Campbell, Finlay Byrne, Jude Mowbray, Finlay Gudici, Rory Duncan, Ewan Green, Connor McCorry, Bon Ian.
I think lane 6, Ewan Green, the East Kilbride swimmer, just has a small advantage there over the field. It's not all got it his own way, however, alongside him. Rory Duncan, Connor McCrory. Also swimming well, lane 4. 3, I beg your pardon, Jude McBrowery. And it's Jude Mowbray in first, Rory Duncan second, Ewan Green third. All very tight, however, the boys all got times 33.40, 33.74 and 34.22. And this is heat 2, lane 0, Daniel Frew, Harris Japp, James Stewart, empty lane 3, Dylan McShane, Matthew Lees, Seamus Barbary, Charlie Burns, Ruben Pearson, and an empty lane 9.
James Stewart had a very nice start in lane 2. And coming through very strongly, Seamus Barbary in lane 6. Seamus, I think, has got this one. Charlie Burns in 7. In lane 8, Ruben Pearson. 6, 7, maybe 4. So it is. Seamus Barbary, Charlie Burns, Dylan McShane. That's the 1, 2, 3, 32.47, 33.24, 33.28, Dylan McShane. Third heat, 0 to 9. Jake Ferguson, Michael Winship, Andrew Boyle, Adam Hill, Ife Ugupu, Ewan Mitchell, Alfred Churches, Ross McGee, Luke Garner, Glavia Singh.
So I think at this early stage, Ross McGee, Luke Gardner, Clava Singh. had the advantage over the field, but as they come into the final 10 metres, whether or not they are challenged there, I think Ewan Mitchell may just have got that. Ewan Mitchell's in second place. It was Adam Hill in lane 3, 31.51. Ewan Mitchell 31.61 and Alfie Churches 32.16. And heat 4, lane 0s through to 9, Alex Tinch, Rory Calvert, Kai McKechnie, Tom Jeffords, Cole Morrison, Alex Black, Fraser Cowie, Gregor Skinner, Callum McLaughlin and Jamie Gilchrist.
Rory Calvert in one, late to surface, and he's in the mix though. Alex Black, Cole Morrison in 5 and 4 coming through very strongly. That's the two centre lanes. Alex Black, Cole Morrison. I think that's the 1-2, third place. Very, very close, might be lane 7. I'll wait for that to be confirmed. Alex Black in 5, certainly took that. Gregor Skinner in 7, 31.57, 31.71. And Rory Calvert, 32.50, just ahead of Cole Morrison, 32.52 in 4.
Morrison was 4th, was 2nd. But it was, you can see.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, yeah, it's very tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So somebody is missing.
2, 3, 4, 5.
So South Ayrshire.
Like
lane 5. Is it
5.
Adam Scott? Lane 6 is missing.
6. Yeah,
Yes, it
Adam
is.
Scott's a no-show.
Just waiting on that to be confirmed, that last result, Jackie.
Seems to be a bit of a chat there, I think, Robert. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I think it's good now. That's it. Alex Gregor Cole. Heat 5, 0 to 5. Luke Scott, Kai Connolly, Lewis Young, Callum MacArthur, Oliver Tixum, Benji Jeffries. 6 is empty. Rory Hall, Magnus Morris, Cameron Gill, 79.
Good start there by lane 8, Magnus Morris, the Ren 96 swimmer. But I think it's lane 5, Benji Jeffries from South Ayrshire, that's going to take this. Oh, yeah, and indeed he does. 29.81. Rory Hall second, 30.24. And Magnus Morris in a time of 30.96 is in third. So just a few results for event 206. Boys 15-year-old 100-metre breaststroke. First place Craig Shaw, Lanark. Second Callum MacArthur, Milngavin Bearsden. And third Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire. 16-year-old boys Rojas Kingrelis. And this is heat 6, lane 0 through to 9. Thomas Ingalls, John Mackay, Keane Smith, Reuben Kelly, Robson Miles, Ethan Stewart, Fergus Curry, Blair McKean, Robbie Carlisle and Carl Wong.
Well, Robson Miles surfaced last as well there, but it's the Hamilton lad, Ethan Stewart, just shading it. Fergus Curry in second. Third place, I think, is Robson Miles, but it's Hamilton. Swimmer who's got this. No, that I don't believe that. That's Ethan Stewart who's got that, 28.94. Fergus Curry certainly second, 29.41. And Robson Miles is third, 30.60. That's the finish order, folks. 0 to 8, Jack Simpson, Adam Ritchie, Logan Ward, Mohammed Worley, Sam Pearce, Louis Lawler, Geir van der Meulen, Cameron Doran, Lex Garrett.
And it's Sam Peace, the University of Stirling swimmer, who has the early lead there over in lane 4. Difficult to tell who's in second at the moment, but it looks like it's lane 6 to me. Geir van der Meulen from Stirling Swimming. So I think it's Sam Peace, Geir van der Meulen and Mohammed Worley are your 1, 2 and 3. Just going to wait for the board to update because again we still haven't got the correct information for lane 7. Time of 18:03. Sure he'd love to have that, but most unlikely, Robert.
Yeah, I think that would be a lovely world record for Cameron, but it's been sticking around that funny 18:03, 18:05 mark from time to time.
Yeah, so we'll just get the official results in a moment, I think. Just wait for the screen to clear and confirm to us. Robert will just give you a few more results while we're waiting.
Jackie was giving you 16 breaststroke. Royce Gringelis, City Glasgow. Finlay Chang, also City Glasgow. Thomas Trainer, East Kilbride. The 17 plus. William Millington, Rafa Dobson and Alex Maya, all University of Stirling.
So we are moving on to the 200 IM now, event 209 and 210. It will be the girls first and then the turn of the boys to finish off this afternoon and indeed today's programme here at Tollcross and at the West District meet.
Finishing the girls' backstroke are 15-year-olds, Erin Ferris, Cumbernauld, Emma Silcock, Falkirk Otter, Melissa Mene, East Kilbride.
And that's the boys' heat 7 result confirmed. Sam Pease, sorry, you could have got that finished actually, to be honest. Right, okay, so want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay. Just don't have a lane 9.
No.
So as I said, this is event 209, the girls 15 and over 200 metre IM. We have 6 heats this afternoon. This is heat 1. Lane 0, Neve Quinn Kintyre. Lane 1, Hannah Lindsay, Hamilton Bath. 2, Lily McCary, Wren 96. 3, Lucy McLeod, Grangemouth. 4, Lauren Peckover, North Ayrshire. 5, Katie Watson, City of Glasgow. 6, Erin Coulter, Hamilton Bath. 8, Betty Fisher-Keogh, Inverclyde. 8, Evan Macaulay, Adrian Monklands, and an empty lane 9. So after the first 50 metres, it would appear that it was Betty at turn first there, but that is not correct. So we'll just move on from what the scoreboard is telling us at the moment, because if she turned first, then in 43.80, there's something clearly wrong with the rest of the times. So just look at what's happening in the pool. Lane 6, lane 7, so Erin Coulter and indeed Betty Fisher-Keogh. think it's the Hamilton Bath's Erin Coulter who's just got the advantage at the turn here. And indeed she has, ahead of Betty Fisher-Keogh. As the girls go into the breaststroke section of the 200 IM. We'll see whether the finishing order changes here, as we now see Betty beginning to move ahead of Erin. Evan McCauley is up there alongside Erin. Over in lane 0, Neve Quinn swimming well. She's up in second along with the girls Erin and Evan, as it is Betty Fisher-Keogh who turns first and heads for home. In lane 0, Neve Quinn, you can see, has turned in second place now. Alongside her, lane 1, Hannah Lindsay also swimming well. It's whether Betty can hold off Neve's challenge here. Neve in turn is being challenged by Hannah Lindsay. It looks like Hannah's going to take the advantage over Neve, but I think Betty is going to hold on as she comes into the closing meters of her 200 IM. It's going to be Betty Fisher-Keogh, Hannah Lindsay, Neve Quinn, your 1, 2 and 3. Betty's time there, 2:47.56. Hannah Lindsay, 2:49.10. And Neve Quinn, 2:50.45.
Yeah, pretty good times there, Jackie. Very much on their entry time there. So a full house in heat number 2. So Cara Cumbrell from Ren 96 in 0-1, Emma Chambers, Cumbernauld, 2, Joanna Colwell, Mulganbear's 3, Sophie Allison, West Dees, 4, Sophie Steele, South Ayrshire, 5, Billy Convin, Dumfries, 6, Emma Barriman, Stranraer Stingrays, 7, Hannah Anderson, Hamilton Bass, 8, Mila McClisker, City Glasgow, and 9, Caroline Ray, University of Stirling. In 5, Millie Conville off to a strong start in the butterfly section. Now on to backstroke. Also well there is Sophie Steele. Just giving you the backstroke 16-year-olds. First, Heidi Wren, City Glasgow. Emma McGavin, Hamilton Bass second. Zoe Crawford, Falkirk Otter third. 17 plus, Amy Shields, City Glasgow. Jocelyn McKenzie, Mulganbear's and Ciara Hart from Scotia. So as we were, middle lane still prominent. Lanes 5, 4 and 3. Millie Convin, Sophie Steele, Sophie Allison. And on the near side, Amelia McClisker is going to turn in 4th position. Let's see if there can be any change as we now move on to the breaststroke. Sophie Allison might find something down this stretch. Sophie Steele still hanging in there, but Millie Convent still going pretty well. No one is getting anywhere near her. Hannah Anderson, the Hamilton swimmer, probably going almost best of the rest, as is Joanna Caldwell in lane 2. She's really flying. Long way behind the leader though. It looks as though she's got this wrapped up now. Millie Convin, well clear after that breaststroke section. Mila McClisker, possibly just turning in second. Not much between 3 or 4 swimmers. On the near side, it's Amelia McClisker, Caroline Ray coming through strongly, along with Hannah Anderson. But the long-time leader, Millie Convin's not going to get caught. Second place is going to be Sophie Steele. Third place, possibly Joanna Calder. Or maybe not. Millie takes that. Second place, Sophie Steele, and Sophie Allison from West E gets third. Millie's 2:43.94, 2:45.63 for Sophie Steele. Sophie Allison 2:48.26 in third place. Again, all very similar, just a fraction over their entry times, which are probably again short course to long course conversions.
And heat 3, event 209. Lane 0, Rebecca Somerville, red 96. 1, Emma Miller, Kintyre. 2, Abby Barnstable, Lanark. 3, Kaylin Chan, North Ayrshire. 4, Mirren Gibb, Dumfries. 5, Grace Noonan, Milngavie Bearsden. 6, Alana Wilson, Bells Hill. And her teammate Millie Barton goes in lane 7. 8, Victoria Grabowska, Western Bartonshire. And 9, Georgia Reid, City of Glasgow. And after the first 50 metres, it's Millie Barton, the Bells Hill swimmer, in first, Abby Barnstable second, and Alana Wilson third. Moving into the backstroke. Let's see what happens here. Abby Barnstable swimming well over there in lane 2. Looks like she might be gaining a small advantage over Millie Barton as they come up to the halfway mark. And alongside Abby Barnstable, Emma Miller, Rebecca Somerville. I think they might be vying for the top places in this race. But it is Abby Barnstable first. Millie Barton second, I think. Rebecca Somerville, beg your pardon, second. Millie Barton third at the turn there, as the girls go into the breaststroke. We just watched Millie is beginning to move away from the rest of the field. Strong breaststroker. Her teammate Alana Wilson coming up alongside her. Over in lane 0, Rebecca Somerville also swimming well. I think these three girls are your 1, 2 and 3. Millie Barton first, Alana Wilson second, and Rebecca Somerville third at the turn. Scoreboard's not confirming the position there, because of course Millie is in lane 7, where we've had problems with the scoreboard up until now. But the two Bells Hill Sharks swimmers, Millie Barton and Alana Wilson, both challenging each other as we're coming to the closing stages of the race. But I think it may well be Rebecca Somerville who's got the advantage over the two Bells Hill Shark girls. Rebecca Somerville, the Ren 96 swimmer, indeed she has the advantage. She's going to take this. Millie Barton second, and Alana Wilson, just touched out there at the finish by the Milngavie Bearsden swimmer Grace Noonan. She had a cracking final 25 metres there as she closed the gap and got the touch to get herself into third place. Well done, Grace. So Rebecca Somerville 2:41.37, Millie Barton 2:42.50, and Grace Noonan 2:43.64 are your 1, 2 and 3.
Moving on to the fourth heat. Emily Dickens, City Glasgow in 0. 1, Beth Hunter, Ren 96. 2, Victoria Niven, City Glasgow. 3, Libby Doubleday, University of Stirling. 4's empty. 5, Hannah Edmondson, City Glasgow. 6, Katie Towers, Lanark. 7, Ciara Hart from Scotia. And 8, Alia Cochrane, City Glasgow, with an empty lane in lane 9. Hannah Edmondson turns in the lead after the butterfly. Now they try and recover on backstroke. Libby Doubleday now pull herself into the lead. Emily Dickens in zero going well. So not a lot in it at the moment. Emily Dickens making a little move to try and close that gap on Libby Doubleday. It's the field making some headway. Libby's got maybe a body length or so advantage at halfway as she flips over. Second over at far side, Emily Dickens, and Hannah Edmondson in third. All to play for on breaststroke. Libby Doubleday can't pull a good breaststroke out. The rest have a chance to try and pull that back. And Edmondson making a little bit of movement now. Ciara Hart, Katie Towers trying to get going as well. But it's still Libby Doubleday. But Hannah Edmondson closing as every stroke. We get roughly 10 from the wall. There's nothing in it. Hannah Edmondson maybe just sneaking into the lead here. That's a cracking breaststroke 50. As it was for Ciara Hart, and all to play for on the freestyle. Ciara Hart, Hannah Edmondson, Libby Doubleday. Can Katie Towers find some magic from lane 7? She's trying hard at the moment. Advantage Hannah Edmondson, Libby Doubleday. Not much between the two. Anybody's race for third. Alia Cochrane will get third. It's going to be Hannah, Libby, and Alia. 2:38.58, 2:38.73, 1500s between the two, and a very, very fast finishing 32.22 from nowhere. Alia Cochrane in third place.
And heat 5, lane 0, Caitlin Frame, Grangemouth. 1, Lucy Nimmo, City of Glasgow. 2, Cassie Wiper, East Kilbride. 3, Louise Connell, City of Glasgow. 4, Lexine McCappin, Falkirk. 5, Caris Mooney. 6, Alice Cumming, both City of Glasgow. 7, Georgia Dickey, Dumfries. Empty lane 8 and 9, Emma Silcock, Falkirk Otter. And as the girls come up to the 50-metre turn, I think it's lane Louise Connell, the City of Glasgow swimmer. It finds herself in first place, ahead of the field. Suggests Georgia Dickey, but that's not correct. That one is definitely in the wrong place. It was Louise Connell first, Caris Mooney second, and Alice Cumming third at the 50-metre as the girls turned and move into the backstroke. So Louise Connell swimming strongly now. She's got herself firmly ahead of the field, firmly, with a bit of a guess at who's going to turn here in second. Louise Connell is going to turn first. Georgia Dickey in lane 7 turns in second. And Cassie Wiper, I think, got third there, possibly, as the girls move into the breaststroke. So who has got the strongest breaststroke? Their girls are pretty much in a line at the moment. Louise Connell, Caris Mooney, Georgia Dickey. But it looks like Georgia Dickey may be gaining the advantage here, certainly ahead of Louise Connell. Caris Mooney is giving her a run for the money. Lexine McCappin is beginning to come through there, the Falkirk swimmer. But it's Caris Mooney there who turns first. Georgia Dickey, Louise Connell, Lexine McCappin, all still in the mix. Looks like Georgia's maybe just faded away a little bit as Caris Mooney has an advantage over the field coming down into the final 25 metres. Louise Connell, however, is trying to get back on par with her. So this is going to be very exciting as we come into the closing metres of this race here. But I think Caris is definitely going to hold off her teammate. It's going to be Caris Mooney, Louise Connell. Oh, a bit of a battle there. Who's I think is going to be on the touch? Oh, very tight there. Looked like it was Cassie Wiper, but I think Georgia Dickey with a late charge there in lane 7. Touched out in 3rd. I will wait for the official results to be confirmed there. Just because lane 7, as we all know, has been a bit odd on the scoreboard. But there we go. It is in fact Georgia Dickey in 3rd place. Caris Mooney 2:32.79. Louise Connell 2:33.72. And Georgia Dickey 2:36.21.
Final heat, we have Ciara Davison, City Glasgow, Kirsty Gilmore, Hamilton Bass, Freya Beaton, City Glasgow, Isabel Wood, Stirling Swim. Teammate Susie McNair in 4, 5 Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire, 6 Coca Croxford, Stirling Swim, 7 Amy McLeod, City Glasgow, 8 Zoe Crawford, Falkirk Otter, 9 Ellie Louise Kennedy, City Glasgow. Well, the two 16-year-olds this year, Ailey Robertson, Susie McNair. My money's on Ailey Robertson in this one. And backstroke, it's Coco Croxford. Well there. Isabel Wood also in lane 3. Between them, Ailey Robertson and Susie McNair. Oh, I know Ailey Robertson's got a very, very good breaststroke. Coco Croxford not so bad either on breaststroke, and Susie McNair certainly improved her breaststroke. Isabel Wood has really struck the front, and she has to. Got a nice lead at the moment, but they'll come back at her without a doubt on this breaststroke section. Can Isabel hang on and just give herself half a chance? A little between Coco in 6. In 4, the two white caps of Stirling. Between them, Ailey Robertson with the blue cap of South Ayrshire. Isabel Wood, the 4 swimmers are getting pretty well bunched up. 3 from Stirling, 1 from South Ayrshire. It's Isabel Wood still with the advantage in 3. Susie McNair really getting to work on that breaststroke. She has to turn pretty close to Ailey Robertson. She'll finish really very strongly, Susie McNair. And off that turn, it's Isabel Wood. Susie McNair, Ailey Robertson. Susie McNair in 4. Can she really pull something out and get it past her teammate? Isabel Wood in 3. Susie McNair in 4. Ailey Robertson looks spent in 5. It's the 2 Stirling swimmers. Isabel Wood in 3. Susie McNair coming on her shoulder. Isabel Wood still hanging on there in the final few meters. Susie McNair gets it. What a race again, girls. Isabel Wood, she pulled everything out. But I think Susie by 12 hundredths, 2:26.27, 2:26.39. Ailey Robertson has to settle for 3rd, 2:28.60. Another cracking race, ladies. I'll let Jackie call the next one. I'm away for a lie down.
I think you'll need it after that, Robert. That was a very exciting race there. Well done, ladies. So we move on to event 210. This is the turn of the boys, 15 and over, 200 metre IM. We have 6 heats. Just as the girls are vacating the pool, Robert will give you a few more results.
50 backstroke, 15-year-old boys, Callum MacArthur, Fraser Cowie, Tom Jeffers, 16-year-olds, Benji Jeffries, Ray Hall and Magnus Morris, Sam Pearce, Greer van den Moen and Mohammed Morley, 17 plus.
So as I said, this is event 210, and this is heat 1 of 6, lane 0. Josh Gallagher, East Kilbride. 1, Alex Tinch, Stirling Swim. 2, Lucas Craw, Rotherglen. 3, Craig Shaw, Lanark. 4, Ewan Watson, Renfrew Bath. 5, Effie Ayapuglu, South Ayrshire. 6, Reuben Pearson, Motherwell Wishaw. 7, Cameron Hamill, North Ayrshire. 8, Finlay Guidici, Renfrew Bath. And 9, Connor McCory, Inverclyde. And it's Ewan Watson, the Renfrew Bath swimmer, turned first there, going into the backstroke. He does have a bit of a lead over the field at the moment. That's whether he can maintain that. He is being challenged. Lane 1, Alex Tinch swimming well, as are the boys on the other side of Ewan, Effie Ayapuglu and Reuben Pearson. Effie maybe just off the pace a wee bit there as we come up to the turn. The boys are definitely challenging Ewan Watson here. I'm not quite sure who's going to turn first here. I think they may well, or lane 6 I think just got that. Although the scoreboard is showing lane 4. So it's lane 4, lane 1 and lane 6. Well, you're 1, 2 and 3 going into the breaststroke. And we have seen some exciting racing from the ladies at this stage, with the order change, the leadership leading, the order of the leadership changing. But I think it is still lane 4, Ewan Watson, who has the advantage. Although alongside him, Craig Shaw, the Lanark swimmer. He's counted himself ahead now. He's taken advantage of a strong breaststroke. He's turning first and heading for home. He has a pretty substantial lead there coming out of the turn. Several body lengths. I don't think he's going to be caught. He's looking very strong as he's coming up to the halfway mark there. And the battle here this afternoon for this in this race is going to be the other positions, but I might be wrong. I'm not sure. He's certainly being challenged by Ewan Watson. It's whether he can hold Ewan Watson off in the closing stages here. So it's Craig Shaw, Ewan Watson. This is all going to be, and Ewan Watson I think is going to take this ahead of Craig Shaw. Well done. Alex Tinch in lane 1 from Stirling Swim in 3rd place. So there we are, Ewan Watson 2:37.98, Craig Shaw 2:38.12, and Alex Tinch 2:40.31. You're 1, 2 and 3 for that heat.
Just remind everyone, there's still medals to be collected, so please pop down to the desk and collect these before close of play today. Zero Rory Runkin, South Ayrshire. 1 Alfie Churches, City Glasgow. 2 Alex Cumming, Bellshill Sharks. 3 Cole Morrison, Stirling Swim. 4 is Magnus Morris, Ren 96. 5 Yusuf Imram, City Glasgow. Teammate Dylan McShane, 7 is Jude Mowbray, also City Glasgow. 8 Andrews Pusnick, Ren 96. And 9 Keir Campbell, Grangemouth. A strong start in the butterfly section by Cole Morrison. Already there. As we move on to backstroke section, Alfie Churches in the mix in lane 1. Coming through in lane 4, Magnus Morris. So still those 3, Alfie Churches, Alex, Cole Morrison, Magnus Morris. Also making some ground now, Jude Mowbray and Dylan McShane in 7 and 6 respectively. Very, very close. There are 5 guys pretty well close at the halfway mark. Lane 1, 7 and 4 is how they're going to turn. Alfie Churches, Jude Mowbray, Magnus Morris. Right, who's got the best breaststroke? Let's all sort them all out. It's still Alfie Churches, Magnus Morris. Those two just beginning to pull away a wee bit here. Oh, City Glasgow swimmer Alfie Churches marginally ahead of Magnus Morris. Yusuf Ibrahim making a charge on the breaststroke section in lane 5. It might be between those three in the dying stages, but advantage still with Alfie. Two middle lanes got a fair bit to do. 2 seconds advantage. That's a big, big gap with less than 50 to go. Alfie looks pretty comfortable still in lane 1. 25 to go. Alfie Churches, Magnus Morris, Yusuf Ibrahim, and finishing very strongly Jude Mowbray, maybe to get third, but no doubt Alfie Churches, Magnus Morris. That's the 1-2. Jude Mowbray, is he going to get third? Not quite. Was pretty tight. Alfie Churches, Magnus Morris, Yusuf Ibrahim just hanging on. Jude Mowbray run out of water there. 2:30.95, 2:32.64 for Magnus, and 2:33.83 for Yusuf.
So heat 3, lane 0, Benji Jeffries, South Ayrshire. 1, Luca Firmus, Dumfries. 2, Tom Jeffords, Ren 96. 3, Adam Hill, Stirling Swimming. 4, Thomas Ingalls, Western Bartonshire. 5, Rory Webster, Dumfries. 6, Keane Smith, City of Glasgow. 7, Luke Scott, Dumfries. 8, Adam Miller, Glasgow University. 9, Callum McLaughlin, City of Glasgow. And coming out of the turn there, quite a lot of the boys pretty much in a line there. I think the advantage may be over in lane 2. Tom Jeffords, the Ren 96 swimmer. Just ahead of Benji Jeffries from South Ayrshire over in lane 0. But that is now changing as Benji is moved ahead of Tom Jeffords. Lane 6, Keane Smith coming through. He's got himself into second as the boys come up to the halfway mark there. In fact, it's Keane Smith turning first there, I think. Maybe just all on the turn there. Benji Jeffries is showing as first, Keane Smith second. So we're into the breaststroke, and it's Keane Smith who has the advantage over the field. As we've often said before, the lead can change here. But Keane looks fairly strong with his breaststroke there. Coming up, lanes Callum McLaughlin, Adam Miller, Luke Scott, all swimming well. Rory Webster. But it is going to be Keane Smith who's going to turn first and head for home. And it's what the boys behind him can do to catch him. Rory Webster had a good turn there. Looks like he's got the advantage in second just. But there's a number of boys just right on his shoulders there. Keane Smith, however, is looking very strong as he comes into the closing 10 metres of his race. Lane 0, Benji Jeffries swimming well. So Keane Smith 1. Rory Webster second, and I think Benji Jeffries is going to touch in third. Bit of a challenge there at the late stages, but Benji got third. So Keane Smith in first place, 2:27.13. Rory Webster, 2:30.65. And Benji Jeffries over in lane 0, 2:31.95.
Heat 4, Harry Keogh, Ren 96 is 0. 1, Cameron Shaw, Grangemouth. 2, Fraser McIntosh, East Kilbride. 3, Guy Pelosi, City Glasgow. 4, Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire. 5, Ethan Stewart, Hamilton Bath. 6, Finlay Shang from City Glasgow. Ben Montgomery is in 7, Stirling Swim. 8, Alex Black, Bowness. And 9, Blair McKean, Belshill Sharks. Well, strong start from Ethan Stewart. And I'd expect him to maintain that strong start on backstroke. Fraser McIntosh in 2 well there. Well, Hamilton Boy will relish the backstroke here. He'll want to build up a big advantage to hopefully wrap this one up. And he's well clear at this early stage. Rest have a heck of a lot to do. They'll have to have a really super breaststroke to get anywhere near him. What a fantastic half for Ethan there. 1:03.28. Rest miles behind. Over 6 seconds. Well, it might all be about second. Second place might just be Finlay Chang in lane 6. Coming through strongly is Fraser McIntosh. We should expect on the freestyle, in the breaststroke section. Cameron Shaw trying to hang in there. Lewis Gibson in 4. And Guy Pelosi in 3. Trying to also pull back. But this is a cracking swim from the Hampton lad. He was 6 seconds clear. Let's see when they eventually turn how far he is ahead. Well, it's not quite 6 seconds. 4.5 is probably good for what he's looking for here. Well clear of the field. A nice strong finish from him. Finlay might have to settle for second because Fraser McIntosh looks pretty comfortable for second here. So the South Lanarkshire swimmers, Hamilton, Bath, East Kilbride, are going to finish 1-2. Ethan Stewart, cracking swim, son. Takes that. Fraser McIntosh second, and third Finlay Shang. Well, you'll be pleased with that one. 2:21.78, Ethan. Well clear. 2:25.54 for Fraser. And Finlay, another respectable swim as well. 2:26.34.
So some results from event 209, the girls' 15-year-old 200-metre IM. First place, Coco Croxford, Stirling Swim. Second, Ellie Louise Kennedy, City of Glasgow. Joint third, Emma Silcock, Falkirk Otter. And Alice Cumming, City of Glasgow. 16-year-old girls, first place, Susie McNair, Stirling Swim. Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire, second. Caris Mooney, City of Glasgow, third. 17-year-old girls, Isabel Wood, Stirling Swim first, second, Amy McLeod, City of Glasgow, and third, Kirsty Gilmore, Hamilton Bath. So we will get started with this heat. This is heat 5. So this is heat 5, the penultimate heat of the racing this afternoon. And indeed today. So lane 0 is empty. Lane 1, Reuben Kelly, Dumfries. 2, Jack Doherty Simpson, Scotia. 3, Jake Holmes. 4, Rogus Kingelis, both City of Glasgow. 5, Thomas Trainer, East Kilbride. 6, Rory Young, City of Glasgow. 7, Finlay Nelson, Dumfries. 8, Cameron Doran, City of Glasgow, and 9, Adam Scott, Ren 96. That's Rory Young, who had the early lead there, 28.60 at the turn. Boys going into the backstroke. And Rory continues to have the advantage over the field. In behind him and alongside him in lane 5, Thomas Traynor, the East Kilbride swimmer. Looks like he's in second. Difficult to tell who's in third at the moment, but possibly lane 9, Adam Scott. So coming into the halfway mark, it's Rory Young, Thomas Traynor, Adam Scott are your 1, 2 and 3. And the boys go into the breaststroke. As Rory Young continues to lead the field. Small advantage over Thomas Traynor, who is much on his shoulders now. And I think Thomas is beginning to gain the advantage as they come into the closing stages of the breaststroke section of the 200 IM. And he will go into the turn first. Rory Young in second. And that's Thomas turning, and he's heading for home. And he's moving away from the field. Rory Young in second, but he's being challenged by Rojas Kringelis. But I think the finishing order here, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Thomas Traynor, Rory Young, and it's whether Rojas can hold off the challenge from Jack Doherty-Simpson. All very tight, but lane 8 as well. Cameron Doran, a late charge there and finishing in third. So East Kilbride, Thomas Traynor in first. I beg your pardon, start that again. 2:17.04. Rory Young, 2:19.92. And in third place, 2:22.17. Cameron Doran. And we move into the final race of this afternoon's racing. I'll pass you over to Robert.
Thank you, Jackie. One more, and then it's Finu. So just 7 going this one. In 0, Kai Connolly, City Glasgow. Empty lane in 1. In 2, we have Matthew Garrity, City of Glasgow. 3, Michael Flynn, City of Glasgow. 4, Pierce Greening. 5, Harper Whitehead. 6, Greg Fairbairn, all University of Stirling. 7's an empty lane. 8, Scott Fleming from East Kilbride. And we were an empty lane in 9. So 5 guys all pretty well bunched there. 1700s between first and fifth at that butterfly. Pierce Greening in 4. Michael Flynn in 3. Not much between the two. Third place, Harper Whitehead. Now Michael Flynn in 3. Might just be the leader at halfway. There's hardly anything in it though. In fact, Harper Whitehead is the leader. They say quarter of a second in it, and here it's where it all counts, the breaststroke. The 2 University of Stirling boys, Pierce Greening, Harper Whitehead, just beginning to get going. Greg Fairbairn, ex-Bellshill Shark swimmer now at University of Stirling. Looks a pretty useful breaststroker, trying to get on terms, but 2 other guys of his measure at the moment as Michael Flynn drops back a wee bit. So 1, 2, 3, University of Stirling, Harper Whitehead, Pierce Greening, Greg Fairbairn with a bit to do to get on terms with the other 2 guys. Well, it's now Pierce Greening that strikes the front. He's gone half a metre clear and looks as though he's that wee bit stronger. Greg Fairbairn trying to get maybe second place, but no doubt about the winner. Pierce is going to take this. Harper Whitehead is just going to be overhauled by Greg and has to settle for third. Fairly comfortable win at the end. Beer screening 2:11.59. 2:12.70 for Greg. Harper Whitehead 2:12.83. That concludes this afternoon's racing and racing for today. So we're back here tomorrow with the younger age group. That's the 14 unders. 8 o'clock warm up. It's a 8:30 start. Those of you who've joined us on the live stream, thanks for being with Jackie Smith and myself, Robert Taylor. If you're available tomorrow, please join us around about 8:25 from Tollcross International Swimming Centre. So from Jackie and myself, we bid you farewell. Thanks, spectators. Wish you a safe journey home. I hope you've enjoyed the proceedings today. There were some cracking finishes, really exciting